you might.
Right now on News 3, more rain, more flooding. Several Madison residents continuing their battle against Mother Nature. Plus, sentenced to prison time, Alec Cook learns his fate. The judge's decision coming up. And later, a lifetime of service. A local woman continues to break barriers, recently promoted to a position never before held by a female.
This is News 3 at 10.
More on and off showers through the night, which is not what the people who live along Lake Kaganza want to see. They need dry skies to get ahead of the flooding that's rising inches every day. Amy Reed got a look at some of the homes that are fighting the battle, and she joins us now to show us what they are going through. Amy?
Yeah, so far water is just coming up 2 foundations. It hasn't made its way inside, but that's not easing worries for the people I met with today. They've seen their backyards go from dry to puddles to pools, and now they're just hoping it doesn't get worse. Neighbors work side by side in Pleasant Springs. Each one of their homes, all facing Lake Kaganza, now have lakes of their own.
It's very scary. Very scary. Luckily, we're up a little bit farther here, so our house isn't getting it.
The Cast family hasn't seen this before. No one has. That's why they lean on each other.
Filling up the bags fast, and another group tying them and filling them up here.
Laying out bags and blessings.
Sandbagging and plastic. And lots of prayers.
Not the only ones thinking there's something bigger here.
The challenge remains that our climate isn't just changing, our climate has changed, and we're dealing with the impacts of climate change now.
The county says the dam is opened as far as it can go. Released water competing with the rain that brings it in. If flows can't keep up, the towns plan for the worst.
We have now a number of homeowners that are going to have to make some major decisions.
While the rain pounds on, the townspeople bag. They're not sure that it'll work, but they pray it does, hoping with teamwork, their lakes will dry.
We need help. We need help from other people, and what the answer is, nobody knows right now, but maybe if we get a bunch of people involved, we'll find the answers.
The county wanted to emphasize that they're doing everything they can to bring lake levels down, even increasing outflows to 2.5 times the normal amount.
Amy Reed reporting tonight. Amy, thank you. Let's see if there is any more rain in the forecast. Here's meteorologist Dave Caulfield. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Charlotte. Unfortunately, some light drizzle and light shower activity possible tonight and into the overnight hours, as while Doppler track not showing too much, but we are seeing a few blips on the radar. Live look in Madison at cloudy skies, maybe some light rain on the WISC-TV Skycam. Current conditions at 64, dew point of 60. That wind out of the north-northeast at 6 miles per hour. Some other temperatures at 63 in Lone Rock and Watertown and in Mineral Point, 62 in Boscobel and 62 in the Dells. Dew points right around 60 degrees. So not too bad in the humidity department outside. As we head into tomorrow, light showers possible in the morning and early afternoon, but by the evening we should start to clear out just a little bit with highs near 70. When I come back in just a few minutes, we'll track our remaining chances for showers and talk about some dry days ahead in your first alert forecast.
Dave, thank you. Water testing has found high levels of E. coli bacteria in several Rock County streams and rivers. The health department says 16 sites tested high, and they include portions of the Rock, Yahara, and Sugar rivers, as well as Badfish Creek, Turtle Creek, Lake Leota, and others. Officials said at these levels, the water may not be safe to swim in. A former UW-Madison student who pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting and abusing multiple other students will spend 3 years in prison. 11 women have come forward totaling 23 charges, but Alec Cook pleaded guilty to 5 and was sentenced for those today.
I'm sorry. I was wrong. You told the truth and everyone should believe you. This is my fault.
The 22-year-old will then spend 8 years under extended supervision and 15 years on the sex offender registry. Attorney General Brad Schimmel says he doesn't agree with the sentence. After the court appearance, he said the Wisconsin Department of Justice is disappointed that Alec Cook did not receive the much longer sentence the prosecution team recommended, and we still believe that is what Alec Cook deserves. Students from the Parkland shooting are heading to Wisconsin tomorrow. Our Keely Arthur has the details on their visit. She is joining us now from the News Center with more. Keely?
That's right. Following the tragedy at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, some students have become very active, prompting major March for Our Lives protests across the country, and now they're headed to the Badger State. You'll remember 17 students and staff were gunned down at the school in Florida. Almost instantly, some victims became activists. They'll share their message in person in Janesville at the Pontiac Convention Center around 2 p.m., then travel to Madison and hold an event at the Alliant Energy Center.
Even though the Parkland students got active after their tragedy at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, it doesn't just mean that it's contained to there. This is an issue that affects all Americans and all Wisconsinites.
The event is hosted by March for Our Lives Wisconsin and is free and open to the public. For details on the event and how you can attend, go to our website, channel3000.com.
Keely, thank you. ABC says it will air a spin-off of Roseanne that will not feature Roseanne Barr this fall. The network has ordered 10 episodes after Barr agreed to forego any participation. Barr says she agreed to the deal to save the jobs of the 200 cast and crew members after the revival of her show was axed earlier this year following her posting a racist tweet. Governor Scott Walker made a surprise trip to the White House today for a sit-down meeting with the president and other governors. Walker's spokeswoman says he was invited to the White House to discuss the opioid epidemic, the economy, and workforce development issues. Well, strawberry season is in full swing, and pick-your-own berry farms are feeling the impact of recent rainy weather. The owners of the Mayberry farm say wet conditions cause berries to ripen quicker than normal, and sometimes they rot in the field. It has even caused some family-owned farms to close early this season. Other farmers say despite problems caused by rain, they're staying open, rain or shine.
You know, strawberries grow very close to the ground, so the weather environment has a very big impact on the strawberry crop, but there still are farms open, and open all over the state.
Mayberry Farm has started giving knee pads to customers to stay dry. Strawberries usually are available to pick until the end of the month. Well, some star power spotted today in Madison. Shaquille O'Neal made a stop at the Atwood Barbershop today. He's in town for the AmFam Golf Championship this weekend. He will DJ tomorrow at the tournament's concert at Breeze Stevens Field. Still to come tonight, a News 3 exclusive. We sit down with a local woman who continues to break barriers in the military. Her story when we come back. A Sun Prairie woman has never been one to shy away from a challenge. She's taking on a new leadership role and making history in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Only on News 3, Susan Simon shares this special story. We will get to that story in a moment. The Make Music Madison event brings concerts to venues dotted across the city, some of which were moved inside or canceled because of the rain. But for one attendee, the fact that there is still good turnout says something rather special about Madisonians.
It says we have a very deep music culture, and we really do. The quality has been very good today. It also says we're very open to amateurs and to just hear people play.
The event marks the longest day of the year with more than 300 free concerts in venues ranging from coffee shops to businesses and even front porches. And hopefully those front porches had some awnings on them, Dave, because of that rain today.
Yeah, we need any sort of umbrella awning that we can get because over the past 2 weeks or so, we have just been sogged down with this rain. Another inch to inch and a half across southern Wisconsin today and into northeastern Iowa and northern Illinois. Those numbers go up a little bit. So we really just need a good long break from this rain. Mother Nature, I don't like to beg, but I'm pleading with you now. Please, just give us a couple of days of some sunshine. We're already over 5 inches of rain with today's rainfall. 7 out of the last 8 days in Madison have featured some sort of rain. The only exception was last Sunday when we had those really hot and humid conditions, so really can't catch a break over the past couple of weeks. And our rainy days, we're now up to 15 rainy days out of 21. And we are on pace for 21 rainy days in the month, which would tie us for third all time as far as rainy days in the month of June. Doppler track went away pretty quickly there, but we do have a couple light showers outside right now across southern Wisconsin. So we'll definitely need the umbrella for tomorrow. But as we head into tomorrow evening, that's when I think things will start to dry out a little bit, thankfully. And finally, downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam looking at mostly cloudy skies with maybe a little bit of light drizzle. Today, that high temperature of 67 to start summer, actually the coolest start to summer in Madison since 1992, over 25 years ago. Pretty crazy to think about. And it's not really feeling summer-like, folks. As we head into the next couple of days, we'll be well below average tomorrow. Into next week, that's when the heat and humidity starts to make a little bit of a comeback. We're talking about temperatures in the mid to upper 80s with heat index values making it feel like the low 90s right around the corner. So if you're a fan of typical summer weather, just wait 1 week. Mother Nature running on a week backlog right now. Temperatures are in the 60s this evening, 64 in Madison, 63 in Lone Rock, and 63 in the Dells. Dew points in the 60s and 50s. So feeling not too bad outside. We could definitely use a little bit of a break from that rain, but fairly comfortable outside. Wind speeds out of the north and east at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and temperatures in the upper 50s. For tomorrow, breezy and cool, still with a chance of showers. But as we head into later Friday, I think that chance of showers goes close to zero. We can finally enjoy some nice dry days ahead of us. And we can see that on future track. This low pressure system continues to circle right near us, but to our south. So could bring up some showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm at times tomorrow. Temperatures should reach around 70 degrees for highs. Still with some clouds, but then as we head into Saturday, what's this, folks? Maybe a little bit of clearing out there. I don't think we'll see any rain on Saturday. I hope we won't see any rain at this point, but I think our best chance of seeing those dry days are on Saturday and on Monday. Sunday could feature a little bit of a slight chance of showers and storms. Your 7-day forecast showing things in the 80s as we head into Sunday and the mid 80s into the middle of next week. The heat and humidity coming back with chances for showers and storms basically in the forecast once again every day as we end the month of June and begin the month of July.
Thank you, Dave. A Sun Prairie woman has never been one to shy away from a challenge, and she's taking on a new leadership role in making history in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Only on News 3, Susan Simon shares her story.
The Wisconsin National Guard is the primary combat reserve for the Army and Air Force and the first military responders here at home. And for the first time, there's a woman in command.
It's like a dream come true. I never thought I would ever be in this role. I never in my wildest dreams.
Earlier this month, Joni Matthews became Deputy Adjutant General for Army, the second highest position in the state. Only Adjutant General Don Dunbar outranks her. What are your responsibilities in this role?
I am basically the guide. I give mentorship and guidance to the commanders and all the soldiers. There's about 7,000 Army National Guard soldiers in Wisconsin.
General Matthews first made history in the Senate chamber in 2016.
Hi, Joni K. Matthews.
Governor Walker promoted her to Brigadier General, making Matthews the first woman as well as first Native American to serve as general in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. What is the significance of that, and what did it mean to you to be that person?
I don't really look at myself as, as the first, as leading the way. I just look at myself as me being me and just doing the best I can. A lot of people tell me that, it's really great to be first, and it is really good to be first, but I didn't get there alone. I didn't get to be first alone.
Her accomplishments are a milestone for women and Native Americans. Matthews grew up on the Lac du Flambeau Indian Reservation in northern Wisconsin.
I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of my culture. When I was growing up on the reservation, unfortunately, I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. I should have asked my grandparents their stories, about the boarding schools and about living on the reservation and getting names given to them because nobody could pronounce their Indian name. And my dad, talking only Ojibwe in the home. And I didn't really ask those questions, and I wish I would have now.
Over her 30-year career, including 11 years on active duty, General Matthews has a long history of firsts. When did the military first become an idea for you?
I've always thought about the military. My dad served in the Army. He was a paratrooper for the 101st, and I've had uncles and cousins that have served. So when I was in college, I decided to take an ROTC class because I just wanted to put my foot in the water and see if I liked it. And I liked it.
General Matthews received her ROTC commission in 1986. At Fort Rucker, Alabama, she flew helicopters and was a flight instructor, one of only 20 women in a class of 100.
So all the students would come in at one time in this large classroom, and I was the only female instructor. And the two students, the young students, came up and sat by me and they said, "Are you our instructor?" Like, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
General Matthews served in Germany, where she deployed to Turkey and northern Iraq as part of Operation Provide Comfort.
When I came back to the States, my parents were getting older, and I just wanted to come back home and spend time with family. And lo and behold, I joined the Guard, and that was one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Every job I had coming up until now has been challenging, has been rewarding. The military is a great family, and it's a teamwork environment. I learned so much along the way, and I love it. It's not a lot of people can say they love coming to work every day. I love coming to work every day.
General Matthews lives in Sun Prairie with her husband and 2 daughters. Will your daughters follow in your footsteps, do you think?
One of them is thinking about it. The other one wants to go into education and history. She wants to teach. The other daughter is thinking about it. She's been to the military youth camps quite a few times, and she's come to several military events. She's very patriotic. She loves the service. So we'll see.
And that was Susan Simon reporting. There are over 1,400 women in the Wisconsin Army National Guard, which represents 21% of the force. The Bucks fill a need with the 17th pick in the NBA draft. That story coming up in sports.
It's NBA draft night. No Wisconsin Badgers or Marquette Golden Eagles will be picked tonight, so the focus goes on the Milwaukee Bucks, who keep their 17th overall pick and select Dante DiVincenzo from Villanova. He tore up Michigan for 31 points as the most outstanding player in the national championship game. He's a 6'5", 200-pound guard who has two nicknames, the Big Ragu and the Michael Jordan of Delaware. He's from Wilmington, Delaware. Dante DiVincenzo, the Bucks' first-round draft pick in the NBA draft. That's the only pick the Bucks had in this year's draft. Here are the top 5 picks tonight. 7-footer DeAndre Ayton goes first to Phoenix. Duke's Marvin Bagley to Sacramento. Luka Doncic was third and Trae Young fifth, but they were traded for each other. So Young's with Atlanta, Doncic with Dallas. Michigan State's Jaren Jackson goes fourth to Memphis. The Brewers open a 4-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals at Miller Park tonight. Strange play here. Jesus Aguilar hits one deep to left. The Cardinals' Marcell Ozuna jumps like it's a home run, but it hits off the bottom of the wall. By the time they get it back to the infield, Aguilar has a 2-run double. Brent Suter pitches well again. Final score, Brewers 11, Cardinals 3. Cubs in Cincinnati for the weekend, and the weekend gets off to a rough start. Jesse Winker hits a grand slam off Cubs reliever Randy Rosario. That helps the Reds to a 6-2 win, so the Brewers are back in first in the NL Central, a game ahead of the Cubs. If you're planning to go to the American Family Insurance Championship at University Ridge tomorrow, the parking plan has been changed. All general public, sponsor, and volunteer parking is now moved to Verona High School and Badger Ridge Middle School. You go there to park, then you'll be shuttled to the course. And if the high school and middle school lots get full, they'll shift that overflow parking to Redden Soccer Complex and West Madison Bible Church. Jerry Kelly will certainly draw big crowds in front of his hometown fans tomorrow. He'll tee off at 10 a.m. with Miguel Angel Jimenez off the first tee. Kelly and Steve Stricker are again the local favorites as they play in their second American Family Insurance Championship. The two Madisonians know their careers have been tied together.
Every time that one of us had a lull in our career, the other one seemed to be at a high, and it would always bring us up to get the other one. So I think we've helped each other tremendously throughout the years, just between that competition.
We enjoy one another, and I think the biggest thing is we drive one another. I think we spur each other on. You know, if I were to do something well in a tournament, it kind of motivates him to do something well and vice versa. So I think that's been the biggest thing of our relationship over the years, is that we tend to spur each other on.
American Family Championship, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And
rain?
Hopefully we don't have any, but there is a chance of some showers tomorrow, unfortunately. After that, though, we start to dry out this forecast. Tonight, a couple of sprinkles, maybe some light showers overnight as we head into tomorrow. By the lunch hour, still maybe some showers around with temperatures in the 60s. We'll reach highs near 70 with just clouds, I think, toward the evening and into the overnight hours. And Saturday, maybe a little bit of sunshine. How about that?
Really?
Maybe.
Do something good.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.